Well, it's hardly surprising there's no viewers on here at the moment, simply because I haven't gone live for probably a couple of years now, and there's a couple of reasons for it. And one was definitely health reasons, and basically I think the internet was getting social media was getting massively toxic at the time, and it's changed the game. What we find on social media, things rapidly change from a day-to-day basis, and certainly and such a pace as well. Literally what was in last week or yesterday is out today, and it is constantly changing and evolving. Oh, we've got a live viewer, so thanks for joining me. This is the first one I've done for a long time. Saturday morning now, and we've gone out and walked the dogs. It's the end of the week. It's the day of resting, but still, and recuperation, but also at the same time, it's a day where we take stock of what we've done for the rest of the week and how we go forward. So yeah, so here we are. I'm going to start going live again soon, doing a few more live feeds. I think it helps a lot of people. It helps the consumer, helps the landscaper, and helps me, and in many ways. And it doesn't matter whether there's nobody on this live feed now or not. It's just good to share. I've always said that. So I'm currently doing my garden at the moment. It's taken some time because I was ill for a while. I mean, we shifted so much soil out of the garden. It's just absolutely incredible. And when you're trying to do your own work and actually get on with your job as well, it's just difficult. It's just how you manage it and how you find the time to do it, because we still need to rest at the end of the week. And when contractors work as hard as they do, it's hard to find the energy to do it. Lucky enough, I had a machine, and the biggest part was getting the soil away, but also carrying product in and carrying it through. Lucky enough, I had Tommy, who's been helping me a little bit, quite a bit in fact, to get the product in, and we've got on with the garden. And there's lots of elements that I'll be showcasing in the near future, but I'm going to start doing some more podcasts again soon. So if you do get to see this video and you want to take part in a future podcast with me, just let me know. Drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. We've changed the website recently, so it'd be good to get your view on the website. Go to the website, which is www.co.uk. Have a look at it and see what you actually think. It's going to be a bit of a surprise for a lot of people seeing me doing these live feeds again, but I'm ready to do it now, and I think there is room for more live feeds again, and as long as they're quality and they bring value to a feed and to that stream where people can look at it and think, yeah, I got something from that, but also it's not just about receiving, it's about giving. And I want your contribution to these live feeds in the future, and tell me what you think and what you want to hear and what you want to see. You may not want to see me anymore, but I don't care about that. We want to start sharing what we're doing. So there are lots and lots of suppliers that would like to get their products to you, the consumer, whether you're an end user or whether you're just a potential client that wants to use a product, and your views on it. Certainly, when we look at some of the products we're using in the garden at the moment, porcelain has caused a lot of controversy. Once again, this thing comes up about the carbon footprint and the effect on it. They reckon and they believe, they've done the numbers on it, that the impact of porcelain has a greater impact on the carbon footprint rather than natural stone. And they come up with these numbers. I'm not sure where they get it from, or whether there's an agenda there somewhere about somebody saying that, that, I don't know. It's the same about artificial grass. I'm sure that artificial grass has an impact on the carbon footprint. But when we think about what we're doing when we're recycling week in, week out, you'll see quite regular people reporting stories about the recycling. Though you separated all your products in different boxes, there's always somebody reporting that they've seen all the goods going into the same truck. And being disposed of that way and mixing up later again at a later point. So just a bit odd, really, isn't it? They talk about recycling. So there's lots of topics that I want to cover again, and I want to sort of reach out to consumers as well if they need some help and some advice. Is to drop us an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. this is starting to feel good again now. And the reason, like I said, if you've joined this live stream now, I come off this live streaming thing a little while ago because I was ill. I had blood clots, I had a hip operation, and then I contracted pneumonia and sepsis as well, so I wasn't in a good way. And I'm still on, I've had to go back on the apixaban now, and this is a blood thinner, so I've got to look after my health. And that's one of the reasons I haven't been doing the live stream, certainly not because of confidence. And there's no doubt it does knock your confidence when you haven't been doing these live streams for a while. I'm going to be showcasing my garden a little bit more in the future because I want to be able to invite maybe other contractors if they want to come round and have a look, and I can tell them about where I got the products from, why I chose the products, how I got to that design process, how I was working with Jessica Mann Garden Design, and to get those CAD designs. What's your opinion on CAD designs? Do they work? Do they have a value? I think they do. It's great to visualize what your garden could potentially look like. Just remember that those CAD designs aren't necessarily what you're going to end up with, but it helps to visualize things. There's no doubt about that. It does help to sort of see what you're going to have in your garden. And the great thing with Jessica, what she was able to do was that if a customer had a particular style of paving that they wanted, with her software, she can actually incorporate that paving product, even fencing products, and even those plants, and to put it in and to see it helps to get these designs over the line. So I think that was really helpful, and going to be working with Jessica hopefully again in the future. And so I take customers through that concept process, and I help to sort of try and inspire them and help them to sort of make those decisions and guide them through the design process of choosing products, where to choose products from as well, and helping them to make those savings on products. And sometimes we don't see what we like initially, and we need somebody to help us through that and to explain about the pros and cons of choosing products. Certainly one of the biggest things is in a south facing garden you wouldn't necessarily be using a dark paving. So there's all these things that we can be talking about on these live streams, and it'd be good to get some feedback. And if you are watching now, it'd be great to get an email off you, or just a message on Facebook or Instagram, or even TikTok, or even YouTube. Certainly dropping me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. I'd be really interested to hear what you have to say. Yes, I'm in this log store at the moment, and I'm not showing you any action shots. Only I'm the action at the moment in this video, and you might not like it, but that's what you're getting this morning. But I'm get on with it. I think I'm going to start doing the live streams again on a Saturday morning. It doesn't matter where we are, okay? It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Even if I'm out shopping, I'm going to take 10 minutes out to do a live stream on a Saturday morning. The Saturday morning live with Johnny Boy has to come back because of request as well. People have been asking me where I am. But what I want to try and showcase, what I want to try and set a trend with now, is being able to offer the option to potential clients who are thinking about having a garden makeover to come round and see a garden makeover in the process, and they can see the progress from week to week, and I can help them to make those decisions about choosing things, and talking about some of those design principles like balance, proportion, scale, unity, cohesiveness, texture, what they all mean, and what they all mean to all of us. You may feel that a perception of balance between partners sometimes can be totally different, and it's only when you go down this road and you start having a third party to come in to try and help you, you start realizing what you like. Okay, so let's get on it. Drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk, and tell me your thoughts on this. Also, there are without doubt companies that want to get their products to the marketplace, okay? And every time when I've actually showcased somebody's product, people always assume, not everyone, always assume that I'm getting paid for it. But watch the weird deer now this morning. So when I bring different products and showcase different products, it's not because I'm saying that this is suitable. I can actually have an opinion on that, but just by having a look at a product, and I can weigh it up, and I can say, yeah, this this will work, this is good, this isn't bad, but we got to look at the longevity of these products as well. It's not just when you use a product for the first time and you install it into a garden, okay, that you think that it's going to be okay. And there are some messages coming in now. So we got to look at longevity. We got to look at about how it's going to fade, and there's lots of composite systems out at the moment, but I see massive amounts of aluminium products coming to the marketplace. And recently, literally yesterday, there is, and I think I've come across it once before, but there is stud work out there now for decking systems in aluminium. It's not gonna rot and it's not gonna rust as well. And I want to know what you think. It's not about what I think about this product. An aluminium stud work system for your decking. What do you actually think of that? And then when we look at like the studwork system, then you put a composite product on top. Does the aluminium warm up and does it affect the composite? I don't know. I want to know what you actually think, and we got to do some case studies. We got to find out. We got to sort of bring it to the forefront for the consumer and the end user to have a look at. So I'm going to be doing a few more live feeds like I used to when all this social media had come to the limelight, and where we were really pushing it. There was lots of live streams, and I just stopped doing them for a while, but I'm going to start doing them again. I'm going to show you some progress of what we're actually doing in our garden. My God, my hair looks white in this video at the moment, but hey, that's where I've gone from the handsome landscaper to the silver fox. So let's get some information off you. info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. You can actually comment on this live stream as well. I think that you can, but let's get some information. Let's get some feedback off you guys, what you want to talk about. Certainly we're approaching the sort of end of the summer now. We're getting into that autumnal sort of period, and we're thinking about what we're doing in the garden. I think that you're going to get a fair amount. I think you're going to get a fair amount of leaf drop this year, simply because of the hot weather that we had. You can see some of the leaves actually start dropping now, but this is a fantastic time of the year to actually start talking about the leaf change in gardens and what we plant in the garden next year. It's not just necessarily about now. Certainly with the leaf change that we have in the garden, is that you get the colloids and the starches working, and you get that beautiful leaf change, the bright colors. It's just a wonderful time of the year when you get that low sun, and there's going to be a lot of, I think the leaves are going to drop off the trees quite quickly. What we need to do to maintain the trees, if you are a specialist in garden maintenance, in tree maintenance and that side of things, I'm not. I've done it and I do it on a regular basis. I still have to read up on it, but I've got a great idea. I've got my format in place, how I deal with the leaves and how I deal with the changing in the time of the year and what we're doing. There's always something going on in my garden, and certainly in my garden there is always so much to do. We have to sort of take so much sort of time to deal with that small little border in the front. We have got an area of artificial grass, but I have to say it works well with the dogs. We're not going to allow the dogs on the back garden where we've got a beautiful lawn, and certainly the grass works there. And again, we go back to that and the impact of the carbon footprint. I haven't had to cut that grass in the front because it's artificial for some time, and we're not using anything petroleum or oil based. We're not getting machines serviced. We're not allowing the machine the carbon emissions from that machine, and we're not allowing that to have an impact on the carbon footprint. Only that manufacturing process of that artificial grass. And that piece of grass in that front garden has worked perfectly for me. We've been able to clean it. Okay, do I like it? I like it for that reason. I don't like it. I prefer grass, to be honest. I like the smell of the grass. So yeah, I'm not sure about it, to be honest. I'm not sure that it's actually right for me in my garden. I'm really not. And I understand the responsibilities that we all have in the garden. So there's lots of things that I want to talk about. The other thing that's happening at the moment is fencing products. Again, aluminium is coming in, and Does that have a real impact on the carbon footprint? I haven't seen any case studies about it. What do you actually think about aluminium fencing? The only problem I see with it is, obviously I'm not talking about the carbon footprint, but as far as maintenance, if it gets damaged, what do you do if it gets damaged? It's all powder coated, it looks good. Durapost has got a fantastic product out now. It's called Sleek Phase Fencing. I'm going to be showing it in my garden. It is out there now, but this live feed is just to let you know that I'm back with a vengeance. I'm going to be doing these live streams, and I'm going to try and help those landscapers if they need help, some of the guys in that emerging marketplace, trying to help them out with business and how to deal with things in business. It's not easy. We can be good at a discipline, maybe of laying a slab or putting some plants in, and we may have that communication skill as well, but sometimes we're not necessarily good at business. So if you need any advice, if you need any help, drop me an email. I need to sort of get this email out there, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, even if you think it's worthy of me to come back and start doing these live streams. I think it is. Social media is rapidly changing on a day-to-day basis. When we look about where we were probably 30 years ago, websites had just come in then, and what was happening was that we were using yellow pages to direct potential consumers to our website, and they can have a look at our website. And what do you actually think of a website? Have you got a website? How many of you guys out there and girls have actually got websites? I want to start meeting up with some landscapers again. I'm planning a trip to Scotland to see my mate Rory up there, but I've been on hold for a while because I've had to get the approval from the doctor so I can actually fly again, because I've had these blood clots and I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I've got to watch myself. I'm still on the apixaban at the moment. I'm not necessarily high risk, but I have to actually think about what I'm actually doing. Do you know what do you actually think of wasps? What's their value? Wasps in the garden, they're a pain in the backside. The bees are. Those wasps are just so aggressive, aren't they? They say if you just leave them alone and stop swinging your hands about the pheromones and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. And this dry summer we've had, they are saying that it's definitely had an impact in nature, in the food chain. That's interesting, isn't it? In the food chains, because the rivers have dropped down. There's not so much an abundance of food source because the streams have dropped, and the life is not working so well at the moment for some. Certainly there's plenty of rats around, isn't there? And that's because people just drop in rubbish. Again, we move on to another topic that I find interesting. Why do people flight it? Probably because they're just lazy, and also the councils can't cope with it, and they're restricting the people that's going in there. But if you are a landscaper, are you a waste license carrier as well? Have you got your waste license to carry the waste around as well? It's a beautiful day today, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning. I've been waiting for some cheese on toast for a while, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get it. I've done my domestic chores around the house now. I've cleaned up and waiting for the floor to dry before I can go back on there. And you don't want to hear about me having cheese on toast, but I'm always interested to know, the reason I talk about this, I'm always interested to know what other landscapers, other contractors, and what consumers do on a Saturday morning. How many of you consumers are actually looking for a potential quality landscaper, or looking for a landscaper at the moment? Or if you have any questions, drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and X. I'm on there as well. Greentop Landscapes and Design. Just have a look on there. This is my log store. I've nearly filled it up for the winter. We're good. We've got plenty of logs around the back as well. And what's your view on that? There you go. We've got some views there. It's good to pull good shots on there. Mini excavator. It's good to see. I haven't got my glasses, so I can't really read it really well at the moment. But I'm going to go live. We used to do a live stream, Saturday morning live with Johnny Boy. We used to have guests on there. If you want to be a guest, let me know. I'd be good to hear back from you. I think it's that time now where I want to stay here. I want to carry on talking. There's so much to talk about. But what I'm going to be doing is, I think, I think, I know I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be showcasing my garden a little bit more. And if there are any consumers that want to come along, it doesn't matter where you are in the country or when you want to come and have a look at my garden, because I want to help you through that process. Whether you choose me or whether you don't choose me, if you're looking for some advice, give us a call, drop us an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk, and you can actually come and see what I'm doing in my garden and why I've chose to do the things that I'm doing in my garden. And that's for a number of reasons: for the neighbours, the impact it has on the neighbours, how we position, how we look at sizes of lawned area and getting that balance right, that paving area, planting pockets, how important it is plants, how we embrace the genius loci. The genius loci is a term that's used in garden design, which means spirit of the place. I'll just do this once, because if I turn the camera around now, you can actually see beyond those rails, that fence in there, is the river and the trees beyond, and how we embrace those trees into my garden. There we are. So that's it. I've done it at last. I knew it would happen, but we've done a live stream. So stay tuned. We're going to build this account up again. We're going to start going live with a podcast. If you want to join me on the podcast, it doesn't matter whether you're in business, it doesn't have to be in a landscaping business, but if you're in business and you feel that you can actually offer some advice to people that are thinking about going into business, and offer some advice on how you choose your contractor for whatever they're doing. It doesn't matter whether it's a landscaper or whether it's somebody doing some work around your house, we're doing other disciplines, new windows, new floor, or blinds. What would you say to a consumer to sort of encourage them to use you? So there's going to be some great information that we're going to be sharing on here soon. But I want your feedback, and maybe we should change the name. So don't forget mine. It's info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. Just drop us an email. Looks like we've had one come in already. So there you are. Have a great day. Keep the information coming. I'm going to be sharing some stuff on social media, but now is the time, possibly, for some cheese on toast, if I'm allowed. Have a great day. Take care.